Without much ado, I would straight away like you young students to see a short video clip from a movie Gangs of Wasseypur.
हाँ, गंगा जी के ऊपर से पटना से लेके कलकत्ता तक टेंडर भी निकलेगा उसका।
बाबूजी,
तो फिर
वो सुल्तान का फोन आया था।
जाके बाहर चाय बनता है तो जाओ।
क्या हो रहा है? अंताक्षरी खेली जा रही है, चलो हटो। अरे चल हट।
बाबूजी,
हम तुम्हें कितनी बार कहे हैं कि पब्लिक में गुंडा उंडा लोगों का नाम ना लिया करो।
अरे वो जो है ना, वो जो सरदार खनवा को मारा था, फजल ने उसको मार डाला।
हमें तो ठीक है तो किया,
लेकिन वो तो अपना आदमी था ना बाबूजी।
सुल्तान का था। सुल्तान अब अपना आदमी नहीं है, समझे?
लेकिन वो हमारे लिए काम
तुम अपनी भावनाओं को डालो अपनी गांड में। साले यहाँ बैठे छुटभैया नेता छोटे छोटे बच्चों के साथ नेतागिरी करते हो। अबे अपने क्षेत्र में जाओ, थोड़ा मोटिवेशन दो लोगों को। और कल रात वहाँ थे,
सिनेमा देखने गए थे।
कौन सा सिनेमा?
दिलवाले दुल्हनिया ले जाएंगे।
बेटा तुमसे ना हो पाएगा। हमें तुम्हारे लक्षण बिल्कुल ठीक नहीं लग रहे, तुमसे ना हो पाएगा।
Well, how many of you have seen this movie before or known about this dialogue कि तुमसे ना हो पाएगा? Okay. Well, that is about a small-time politician in Bihar who is into some mafia-like activities also. And his son comes to him in the middle of a conversation he is having with his guys about a government tender. And he says, Babuji, ऐसा हो गया, वैसा हो गया, वैसा हो गया. And then the father loses confidence in his son and asks what he was doing yesterday. He said he was seeing a cinema, Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. Then his father said, Tumse na ho payega. Means you won't be able to become a politician, you don't have it, won't be able to do anything in life. Well, this is the myth which we have to bust. That is the thing that we as students, we as candidates for some potential objective of ours, whether be it related to academics, sports, or any other activity, we have to do. We just don't have to accept this idea कि तुमसे ना हो पाएगा. There would be many obstacles in your path, many naysayers who would be demotivating you, underestimating you, but it's you who have to constantly remind yourself that yes, you are the best and that you have to do this and you will do this. Ladies and gentlemen, I like to tell some more things about myself. Like I was born and brought up in Delhi. I did my schooling from Little Flowers Public Senior Secondary School. As Miraj said, East or West, Billabong is the best. We used to say East or West, Little Flowers is the best. So after my schooling, I did my MBBS from University College of Medical Sciences. As you would know that there is immense competition in India for any medical seat or engineering seat or any entrance exam for that matter. So after I passed out of my medical school, I appeared in civil services. I tried to clear the exam as soon as possible, but I couldn't clear it in the initial 4 attempts. My attempts were exhausted. I started pursuing my MD. I was pursuing my MD from Lady Harding Medical College in New Delhi. That's when additional attempts came. And finally, I made my way into IS, getting an All India rank of 69. So in my journey, in my this course of preparations, there were many people who doubted my abilities. Not, of course, the close and near and dear ones, but yes, others maybe. But I had a belief in myself that yes, I have it and I can do it. That's the message I want to give to you students, you bright young students, that just believe in yourself. Don't believe or don't consider anybody who demeans you or puts you down or bullies you. Because you have got only one life, it's you who have to do it. Like the clip I showed, Ramdhari Singh, the father, said to his son कि तुमसे ना हो पाएगा, seeing his habits, what he had done in the past, what he is doing to achieve his objectives in life. A day before, he had gone to cinema when his men were under attack from a rival gang. His son was seeing cinema. That's why he got disappointed and said कि बेटा तुमसे ना हो पाएगा. So you have to gauge the situation. Like you have set a particular goal for yourself, and whether you are moving in that direction or not, whether you are focused or not, that's for your conscience to decide. That's for your self-assessment, whether you are true to yourself or just fooling around. So if you have to achieve a different goal, you have to obviously think differently and act accordingly. You have to give all your inputs, all your focus, all your energy towards your goal, because only when you are in unison with your mission, you stand a chance to achieve it. Otherwise, as in this world there is survival of fittest. You will be just crushed out if you lack anywhere. So once I joined services, I have been posted in many districts like Muzaffarnagar, Gonda, Mathura, Ghaziabad, and presently I am vice chairman in Hapur Pilakwa Development Authority. So I would like to show now one more video of a work which got done under my tenure in Ghaziabad.
अद्भुत प्रयास का एक सजीव चित्रण। इस चित्रण में गाजियाबाद नगर निगम की एक अहम भूमिका को प्रदर्शित करती हुई एक अनूठी पहल गाजियाबाद नगर निगम ने माननीय महापौर महोदया श्रीमती सुनीता दयाल एवं नगर आयुक्त डॉक्टर नितिन गौड़ के मार्गदर्शन में एक ऐसे स्थल को चुना जहां हमेशा कूड़ा कचरा और अनैतिकता पसरी रहती थी। इस व्याप्त गंदगी को साफ करने और निष्प्रयोजित स्थल को खूबसूरत बनाने और स्पोर्ट्स एक्टिविटी को बढ़ावा देने के लिए आरडीसी फ्लाईओवर के नीचे के उस हिस्से का सदुपयोग और जीर्णोद्धार किया गया जिस हिस्से पर हमेशा गंदगी व्याप्त रहती थी। इस हिस्से को एक स्पोर्ट्स प्लाजा में परिवर्तित करने का कार्य किया गया है। अब इस स्पोर्ट्स प्लाजा में खेल प्रेमियों द्वारा अपने खेलों जैसे बास्केटबॉल, क्रिकेट एवं बैडमिंटन का अभ्यास किया जा सकता है। गाजियाबाद नगर निगम द्वारा इस स्पोर्ट्स प्लाजा को सुंदर और स्वच्छ सर्वेक्षण 2023 मद्देनजर रखते हुए पूरा किया गया है, जो खेल प्रेमियों और नगर वासियों को स्वच्छ और स्वस्थ वातावरण देने में एक अनूठा प्रयत्न और प्रयास है, जिसे हृदय से समर्पित किया गया है।
This was an area under a busy flyover in the city of Ghaziabad. Earlier, there used to be, it used to be a place where people used to dump their garbage, and destitute people would like to just settle there, do their activities, take drugs, harass other passers-by. So what we did, we reclaimed that space and developed a sports plaza in there so that children from nearby areas can come and practice their sports. As you would appreciate, no matter how many parks or sports places we have in urban cities, they always fall short of the actual demand. So that was one bit from our side, apart from our regular work. Like when I was municipal commissioner in Ghaziabad, our primary duty used to keep the city clean, collect property taxes, ensure proper drinking water, and maintenance of parks, streetlights, etc. This is the work which we did apart from our regular work. Nobody would believe that shabby place would see such beautiful landscaping and development of a sports plaza. So while I told you this, because the topic for today, changing ideas of truth, correlates with that. What we see or believe is truth or reality today may not persist later on. Today, if a problem is there, it may look humongous or unsolvable, of gigantic proportion to us, like this is the end of the world. But if you hold on to your breath, think, ponder about it, have patience, let it go, then the problem or the difficulties which that problem poses to you keeps diminishing. Because ultimately, as a human being, you would believe in forces of nature. They are there to help you. They test you, no doubt. But at the end of the day, if you are up to it, then you would get help from nature. So that brings me to my presentation. I would like to just run you through this. Like there were many philosophies about what is truth. Ancient philosophers, including Indian and abroad, they have defined truth according to their perception in varied ways. I just like to quote Miyamoto Musashi, who is a Japanese artist. He said that truth is not what you want it to be; it is what it is. But what do you think? Is truth universal or subjective? That's for you to decide. Through the ages, we have seen many views about truth. We have seen philosophers like Socrates, Aristotle, who believe in universal truth. Then there's religious truth, modern truth. Modern truth is obviously guided by science and technology. As you would believe, some 40, 50 years ago, no one would believe what all is going inside your body. But thanks to discipline of radiology, we have a radiologist here also. Now we can actually know much about what is going inside our body, like through various scans, CT scan, MRI, PET scan, and other similar things. So the truth has changed. Earlier, nobody would believe that. Now it is actually getting in real life. Now, when we discuss about truth, you should make a distinction between truth and information, and whether the information which is being fed to you via social media, be it Facebook or Instagram, whether this is genuine or some fake thing, whether it's genuine news or some agenda or some echo chambers or somebody trying to give you misinformation to run their own agenda and meet their own ends meet. Like I said before, the truth, as we can see it, truth, there are some truths, some cardinal facts which always were there, are there, and will be there. Nobody can deny existence of universe, of gravity, and other similar forces of nature. But yes, relative truth, the kind of situation you are in, the kind of worldview you are getting, your present situations, they keep on changing. They depend upon your culture, your upbringing, and your experiences. And of course, development of science and technology. When, as young students, you try to seek like what is truth, then you may face certain bias. Your opinion might already be tilted towards accepting some things or not accepting some things. Many of us can suffer from confirmation bias. That is, we just want to see what we believe. If we believe that, for example, some people from Africa, from pockets of Africa like Sudan, Zambia, they are all bad. Nigeria, they are drug peddlers, and we already have some bias. So what we are doing, we are just reinforcing our bias. That's confirmation bias. We are just negating the fact or possibility that yes, there could be some genuine people from those group of people. Then there is obviously fear of discomfort and the algorithms which we are fed through social media who influence our thinking. But why does the truth matter? Why do you believe that we should stick to truth? It matters because it helps build trust amongst ourselves. It helps reinforces our relationships. And whenever we are faced with ethical dilemmas, like I said, I am an IS officer. Whenever I face with some ethical dilemma, I try to go to the truth of the things. Suppose if someone coming to me, there are always disputes between two people. One person will come and will present only his side of story. That yes, other person has cheated upon me, he has abused me, he has assaulted me, kindly book him, kindly send him to jail and all such stuff. But then I have to ensure whether I am able to meet out the principle of natural justice or not, whether I am able to give audience or whether I am able to give opportunity to the opposite side also, to the person who has come to complain to me in the first place. Only then, after doing such an exercise, that I will discover the truth. I seek truth because in a complex world, it is very critical. You must be open-minded. You must be able to have abilities to listen patiently and learn from your mistakes, learn, unlearn, relearn. And one should always develop his or her own set of things which try to help him make choices about like what is truth and what is not. So how can you do this? You can do this by yourself speaking against misinformation. If you're coming across an information which is apparently false, you can always notify it. Like I have been seeing for last few days memes in which Indian fast bowler Mohammad Siraj is saying to bowl at 180 km/h and India winning the ODI World Cup. I mean, that's all a bullshit thing. And when you are saying such reels or memes, you can just notify it not to be true. Or that will help the persons who are even junior to you. And yes, be a seeker, not a believer. And as said by Gloria Steinman is a world-renowned feminist from United States. She said that the truth will set you free, but first it will make you uncomfortable. So once you are past that uncomfortable stage, you will get your peace. So the changing ideas of truth, if I were to summarize, I would say that truth you get only when you seek it. If somebody else presents you it on a platter, even then you have to check it, cross-verify it, triangulate all the data given to you, and when you are satisfied it pass your test of probity, then you take it as truth. Otherwise, in this information age, you are already being fed with so much of misinformation and information which depends upon algorithms which are being made upon your choices, your the content you prefer. The more time you spend on the themes in social media, then they will drawn you into this. And as I said before, like you all are young students, you would have thought about your career choices, like what you want to become. So just with single-minded focus and devotion, you get to it. And whoever says tumse na ho paega, just kick his ass and keep going. Thank you once again.